There's a turkey with a gobble, watch his waddle start to wobble when the rooster cock-a-doodles the alarm. We've got pullets, we've got chickens, we've got quails, and what the dickens? It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm. What a gorgeous vision this is. It's Ida, she's my missus. So forgive me if I'm laying on the smarm. She goes in for heated quacking to point out the skills I'm lacking. It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm. Come on down and don't be strangers in our duck yard of free rangers. It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm. patch behind the farmhouse where the pace of life is slow, and the lilies on the lake are broad and lush. We're all living here in clover, and the maiden season's over, so there won't be cause for anyone to blush. In our land both green and pleasant, every bantam, duck, and pheasant, if they had them, would be walking arm in arm. For our life is good and steady till we're plucked and oven ready. It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm. There's a turkey with a gobble, watch his waddle start to wobble when the rooster cock-a-doodles the alarm. We've got pullets, we've got chickens, we've got quails, and what the dickens? It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm. What a gorgeous vision this is. It's Ida, she's my missus. So forgive me if I'm laying on the smarm. She goes in for heated quacking to point out the skills I'm lacking. It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm. Come on down and don't be strangers in our dump yard of free rangers. It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm. Here where waterfowl have waddled, little chicks get mollycoddled, for the cat would like to do them grievous harm. He's our only source of worry, feathers rarely get to flurry. It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm. How they flatter themselves. I never show much interest in this group. I admit I'm quite a glutton, but this feathered form of mutton wouldn't even make a palatable soup. But when those little ducklings hatch, that's a flavor you won't match. They're delicious, and I just can't get enough. As a felon who is feline, you will see me make a beeline for those tender little juicy balls of fluff. Buck-a-duck-a-duck, buck-a-duck, buck-a-duck-a-duck, buck-a-duck. It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm.
Drake, Drake, it's no use paddling away. I have seen you. And it doesn't do for a duck to look sheepish. It confuses the other animals.
How's it going, Ida? You still sitting? I don't know, it's all right for some.
Well, if you like the sound of it so much, why don't you take a turn on the nest? And wipe your webs. I just did the floor this morning.
Oh, Ida, I'd love to have a crack at sitting on the eggs for a bit, but you look so comfortable up there, it seems a shame to disturb you.
Huh. And what about the extension you promised to build onto the nest? It'll be very cramped when the little ones arrive, especially with that one big egg in the clutch. Goodness knows what size that chick is going to be.
You know, I reckon that might be a turkey's egg.
Oh, Drake.
I had the same problem with my ex.
Huh. Here we go.
We had a whole pack of troubles with the young ones, I can tell you. They're afraid of the water. She had me running up and down the bank, shouting, "Fight for you!" And they still wouldn't go in.
Drake, how do you suppose a turkey's egg would get into my nest? Must be your side of the family.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see who takes after now, won't we, dear?
Yes, dear.
Anyway, must fly. I promised the rooster I'd help him count his chickens. I'll see you back here.
Where else do you suppose I'm going to be? As a duck, when you're stuck, sat sitting in the middle of your nest, then at best you get bored. There goes Drake on the lake. I can see him through the rushes all the time, feeling I'm just ignored. I don't pretend that this is all he's doing. I'm a sucker for the billing and the cooing. But when you hear that pitter-patter of tiny feet, it doesn't matter how long I've had to sit here minding my brood. Those little heads so soft and downy, their baby buds all golden browny, their beaks constantly opening, waiting for food. It's the joy of motherhood, those little ducklings walking round in a line. I'll do what any other mother would to try to do my best at bringing up mine. It's the joy of motherhood, those little perks that make it all seem worthwhile. I'll do what any other mother would to get my ducks decked out and living in style. Morning, Ida. Morning, Maureen. How's the mother to be? She'd be better if the father who was better at being the father who is. I sometimes think I'd be better off pairing with a decoy. Oh, I'm sure Drake will make a marvelous dad when the family arrives. Not him. Duck by name, duck by nature, ducking out of his responsibilities. Oh, I'd say, if butts were meant to be sitting on eggs all day, they should have been designed with big old dimples in them. Oh, Ida, the very thought. How much longer do you have to go? Well, by my reckoning, they should be out by now. I went to all my prenatal hatching classes, run by that self-satisfied stork, and she said about half a month, but 2 weeks is up. Well, all good things come to those who can wait. I don't know. Why do we put ourselves through it? Every spring, it's exactly the same. But think of the rewards, all those lovely little ducklings, all those beaks to feed, waking you up at all hours, getting into deep water, attracting unwanted admirers. Like the cat? Why do we put ourselves through it? 'Cause when you hear that dibble-dabble, you're proud to say, "Hey, that's my rabble!" Then watch their maiden voyage out from the bank. Like champagne corks, you'll see them bobbing, accompanied by mother sobbing, relieved, thanks be to nature, nobody sank. It's the job. Oh, prepare yourself, Ida. Oh. sucklings I've ever set my eyes on. They're the image of their father. Thanks. Maureen, speaking of Daddy, would you be a dear and try and find him for me? He's probably making waves down at the local watering hole. All right. Bye-bye, children. Auntie Marmar's off.
Auntie Marmar? What a weird name.
What a big world it is. Yeah, far out. I was getting well cramped inside that egg.
Now, don't go thinking this is the whole world. It stretches out far beyond the other side of the lake, straight into the churchyard. Not that I've ever been that far myself.
Wicked! Let's explore! Yeah!
Wait. There are 1 or 2 nestrals before you go paddling off. Number 1, no wet web feet in the nest. Number 2, you must feather your own nest every morning. Number 3, no quacking after sunset. Number 4, no plankton between meals. Number 5... Wait, you're not all here?
Hey guys, there's gonna be another member of the gang.
Oh, quack, and it's the big one.
Whoa, look at the shell on that.
Excellent.
How come he got such a big egg?
Yeah, we all got cramped into a regular shell, but that one got a queen-sized ostrich job.
It's not fair, Mama. No, Mommy, it's not fair. No, it isn't.
Hi, kids. I'm your dad.
Take a good look at him, kids, because you probably won't see him all that often. Well, true to form, you missed it. The pitter-patter of petite paddles.
Well, I'm here now. Okay, kids. Who's for a swim?
Yay!
You coming, Ada? What's the matter? All that sitting around taking it out of you?
There's still one to hatch, dumb cluck. The big one.
Yep, it's definitely a turkey's egg. You'll never get it to go in the water. Just leave it. Oh, cut that out. Come and teach the other ones to swim properly.
You go and teach the other ones to swim properly. I might as well sit here for a while longer. I've sat here for so long, a few more days won't make much of a difference.
Whatever you say, dear. Come on, kids. Last one that likes a coot. Wait for me.
Water roll, only good for keeping eggshells warm. On a whole, they have always been more uniform. This one's different. This one's different from the rest. I can't believe a turkey's egg could fall into my nest. It's like a freak of nature, just a larger grade than all the other eggs I've ever laid. This one's different. And there's different. What's wrong with your quack? You're not like your sisters. They're... and... different. If I say butterball, does that bother you? No? What about water? Would you like to go for a swim?
I'd love to, Mama.
Oh, thank heavens for that! I knew you were one of mine. Now, your father's taken the others off for their first swimming lesson. How about we do the same right here at the water's edge? Nothing too fancy, just the basics to get you started. Oh, it's a bit nippy, but we'll soon warm up. The most important thing is not to be afraid of the water.
I'm not afraid. Can we swim out to that island all the way out there?
Oh, goodness gracious, no! It's farther than you think. Why, I haven't been that far since your father and I were courting. And I didn't mean to go that far then. Now, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Just do as I do and you should take to it like a like a you should take to it. Hold your head up high, like a most happy fella, well down below each thigh. Apropos, a propeller must keep paddling, like the clappers you keep paddling with your flappers while seeming to be dreaming and calm.
Like this?
That's the way. Bend your knees.
Whoa.
No splashing, please.
Sorry.
And steady, watch that eddy to your right. Danger sign.
Danger sign.
That's fishing line.
Fishing line.
Which strangles if it tangles you up tight. He's a natural in a class of his own.
This is wonderful. I am feeling full grown.
Look at you. You have every reason to hold your head up high. Let's try a dive. Don't be afraid, dear. They're only fish.
Fish.
What a gift is to drink the talents and the balance and the poor.
Look at all the colors.
But as aren't they beautiful? The only wish that younglings would try swimming with the stars. Slow the pace.
But I wanna go fast.
It's not a race.
It's a skill I could master.
And clearly you are nearly fit to drop.
No, I'm not. I could go on all day.
Have a break.
I feel fresh as a daisy.
Your legs must ache.
No, they don't. Are you crazy?
So maybe now, my baby, we should stop.
Would one lap of the lake be okay? It's the greatest thing. Can't we have one more try?
This is knackering. He swims better than I.
Pretty please.
Give me strength.
Bend those knees.
Just one length then. Keep paddling like the clappers. Just keep paddling with your flappers while seeming to be dreaming and calm. Just beneath the surface, you may struggle to get by.
But nothing can deter you if you
Hold your head up high. dear. That looks much better.
Mama, what did you mean earlier when you said I wasn't like my sisters? What is different?
For one thing, dear, I'm sure you can swim much better than they can.
Really? You mean it? And what else?
You must try to remember, dear. It's what's inside that matters, not what we look like.
Dad, what's marmalade?
Oh, it's a sort of an orange preserve, often found on toast.
No. What's mama-lade?
Ugh. Oh my God. Ida, now listen very carefully to me, love. I need you to walk towards me very slowly. No sudden moves.
What are you quacking about?
There's something behind you. Something not good.
This is your son, dear.
Ugh. I've created a monster.
Don't be ridiculous. He's just not your normal run-of-the-mill pond duck.
That's all. I have a reputation, Ida.
I know, dear, and I wouldn't brag about it if I were you.
I'm scared. Me too.
I tell you, he's a turkey.
He is not a turkey. He loves the water.
Cranberry sauce. Ugh, ugh.
See? He didn't even flinch. Now, I want you all to get spruced up. It's time to meet the other members of the duckyard and be educated in the ways of the world. Drake, don't stare at him.
Look at him.
Now then, children, let's not make a fuss.
Look at him.
Are you sure he's really one of us?
Family likeness isn't strong, still you won't poke fun. All of you must get along. He's a special son. Come along, all of you now. Let's stay close to me at all times, or you may get trodden on. And beware of the cat.
Look at him. Legs are bent and the knees are knocked. Look at him. Dad is obviously eggshell shocked. But the neighbors scream and howl when they see our brood. He's the foulest waterfowl.
Why are you so rude?
Ew, touchy.
Hello, Maureen. Hello, Ida. Congratulations. What a splendid brood. Did the big egg hatch out of whoa? Look at him. Come on, Ida, tell me what went wrong. Look at him. Did you leave him in the egg too long? I admire you for your pluck, strictly entre nous. He may be no pin-up duck. Neither, dear, are you. Well, I must be going. I hear the children from the farmhouse are throwing French buns water. Sounds très chic. I don't want to miss out.
Look at you, look at me, what's it matter?
Isn't it obvious?
Why do I make you all laugh and scoff?
Have you seen your reflection?
Why don't we play with the fishes?
Because you scare them off. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Look at him. You admit he is a bit extreme.
Our parents will start quibbling him.
Just a variation on a
He's a
theme.
truly ugly
I
sibling.
want to see my son left out on a limb. Why is it that everyone has to jeer?
There's your answer, dear. Look at him.
Peck, 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 peck. I hate to be picky, but that duck peck, peck looks a little bit ticky. Look at him, brah. Did you ever see a pig with wings? Look at him, brah. Don't genetics do the strangest things? Though the thought may not appeal, break the ties that bind. If you gave the cat a meal, nobody would mind. Brah!
Line up, everyone. Short ones at the front. Look at him. He's an ugly one, there is no doubt. Gobble, 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 gobble. Look at him. Does he have his giblets inside out? Gobble, gobble, gobble. What else would explain his looks being quite so rough? How on earth will gourmet cooks know which end to stuff?
Look at him, look at us, see the difference. Look at him, look at us, we're so bad. Sometimes we find it is kinder if some eggs never hatch. Say cheese. Look at him. Still a duckling, but there's so much more. Look at him, finest cat food that I ever saw. Better still, he won't be missed. They think he's a flop. Maybe they'll let me assist giving him the chop.
Now, in a moment, you'll be presented to Her Grace, the most distinguished duck on the lake. She was once paired with a mandarin, and you'll notice that she has a red band of cloth round her leg. That's the greatest distinction a duck can enjoy. It means that she is looked up to by both men and animals.
Now don't turn your toes in, just bow your heads politely and say quack.
Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack.
Honk!
Look at him, now he's ruining our photograph. Just imagine how he's feeling. Mother Nature must have had a laugh. In a way, he's quite appealing. Look at him, na 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 na. Like shit, what should sever. Look at him, na 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 na. He's sloppy in whatever he does. Oh, he really is an ugly bozo. It's my son and I love him. Do you see what you've done? You're to blame. This duckyard would be so boring if we all looked the same. Look at him, and be thankful that he's got your kid. Oh, he's got him as a brother. Look at him, practical the way the Jonah did. He's worse than any other.
Bodyworks designed to shop.
Look at him, look at me, look at you, you'll agree. Anywhere you look will be less free. Nature rain, pedigree, all this whippoorwills. Look at
Now come along now, children. Shoo! Get away, go!
Boy, turkey. You've been messing around my missus? What do you mean? Oh, I look nothing like him. I am a self-basting, self-boasting, fine prime specimen with wonderful spurs. And as for that, I wouldn't even use him to stuff a duvet.
Speaking of stuffing, I don't suppose you'll be quite so full of yourself come Thanksgiving.
Ooh, I hate that word.
What, stuffing?
No, Thanksgiving.
Oh, congratulations, Ida. They're delightful.
Thank you, Your Grace.
But tell me, that big chappie in the front, whatever happened there? He's not exactly your classic Beatrix Potter.
I just wish the others wouldn't pick on him so. He'll turn out all right as he gets older.
Well, the others are a triumph, my dear. I only wish I could have produced a brood of my own this year.
I was so sorry to hear about that, Your Grace. You must miss him terribly.
He was a fine duck, the mandarin. But alas, he became crispy and aromatic far before his time. Still, life goes on. Now, where has Maureen got to with that French bread?
Tara, you have to try this. It's much better than the usual stuff. Even the crusts are nice.
I'll give it a dabble.
Come along, children, try this.
I'm sure I have room for a little gobble gobble.
Make way for the red-banded duck.
Honk!
Ida, you are really going to have to do something about that honk.
Oh, look, croissants.
You're too big.
But it's no fair. I'm hungry too. Honk!
If they knew just how dearly I would love to honk. But it's true, I'm a bird who seems to lack the neck. I'm just different. I'm just different from the rest. And who can blame them wanting me to find another nest? But different isn't naughty, different isn't bad. So why should being different make me sad? I'm just different. They're like peas from the same pod. No wonder they make fun of me. Life's harder when you're odd. But different isn't scary. Different is no threat. And though I'm still their brother, they forget I didn't choose to look this way. I didn't want to be unique. I don't like these grubby feathers, and I hate my stubby beak. There's a runt in every litter, one black sheep in every flock. But when you know it's you somehow, your ego takes a knock. I'm just different, but I have a sense of pride. My looks may well be funny, but I hurt the same inside. But different isn't spiteful, different isn't wrong. So why is it so hard to get along? I only want to get along. Different isn't hateful, different could be swell. Different is just, well, different.
Hello, Ducky.
Who are you?
I'm your friend.
I don't have any friends. Everyone hates me because I'm ugly.
Oh, they are too cruel. I think you look delicious.
What did you say?
I said poultry can be so malicious. You saw them guzzling all that bread.
It's supposed to be really nice. It's French.
À l'orange.
Wait, does that say 1,001 ways to cook duck?
No, your mother's made you paranoid. It says 1,001 ways to cook 4 ducks.
Oh, you must entertain a lot.
So lunch isn't on me.
You really mean it? Oh, you really are a true friend.
Of course I am. Now just follow me.
I think I should tell my mother first.
Oh, no, you mustn't. Look, she's talking to her Grace. Don't you know a duckling should never interrupt anyone who is talking to her Grace?
Yes, but I really think I should.
What a feast.
A little on the stale side, but one mustn't grumble.
Mama!
Just a moment, Your Grace. Beaky, don't stand on Downy's foot. She keeps going around in circles.
Mama, I've been invited
Just
to...
a moment, sweetheart. Billie, not such big mouthfuls. And soak it in the water first, or you'll choke.
Mama, would it be all right if I were
I'm
to...
sure. Fluff! I hope you're not just picking out all of the raisins.
Listen, we won't be gone for long. What harm can it do? And you're hungry, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, that makes two of us. Come along.
Well, if you're sure.
Oh, I'm quite sure.
It's Ida. I feel sorry for her. How she managed to lay the egg, I'll never know. Brings tears to my eyes just thinking about it.
I think it just puts out the wrong message, having something looking like that paraded around the lakeside amenities.
Do you mind? That's my son you're talking about, and there's nothing wrong with him. He just looks a bit different, that's all. I think it makes him someone rather special.
Well said, Ida. I agree. And if I agree, then everybody agrees. I think an apology is in order from you two.
Wait a minute, where's he gone?
I thought he was with you.
He was, just a moment ago.
Well, if he's gone any sense, he's gone to find a bag to put over his head.
Drake, that's enough.
Calm down, love. He can't be far away.
He was trying to ask me something.
So he's probably just wandered back to the lake. You know how he loves swimming.
Oh, not without telling me he wouldn't. Where's he gone?
Oh, for goodness sake. All right, Turkey, you go that way and look along by the milking shed. Maureen and Henrietta, you check around by the hen house. Ida, we'll take the ducklings back down to the lake.
And I'll coordinate operations from the grain store.
Welcome to the Kitty Cat Snack Shack. Fast food for all famished felines.
It's a nice place you got here.
A little bijou, perhaps, but I think of it as home. Now let me see. Duck and cherries, duck and chestnut, duck and pineapple, duck pâté, duck pancakes with plum sauce. Ah yes, here we are. Duck à l'orange.
What are we having?
I'm having you for lunch.
No, I'm saying, what are we gonna have to eat?
Oh, I'll whip something up. A surprise.
My mother must have been warning me about someone else. She told me to beware of the cat.
Bless her. For some reason, mothers think it's part of their job description to stop us from having fun. But not my mother, though. She was different. Do you know what my mother used to say to me?
No. What?
You can scratch the antique furniture to sharpen up your claws. You can lacerate the cushions if you're ever stuck indoors. You can dig up all the flowers from the freshly planted beds. And with articles of clothing, it's okay to pull some threads. But I remember as a kindergarten kitten, one phrase that left me singularly smitten. You can play with your food before you eat it. You can shiver your chow before you chew. You can play with your food, you can't beat it. So, Ducky, let me play with you. You can play with your food before you bite it. You can toy with your talk before the crunch. You can play with your food, why fight it? It's a crazy little game called lunch. So tell me, Ducky, what would you like to play? It can be anything at all. I won't tell your mother.
Anything? Well, I'd like to paddle in the puddles, dabble in the mud, take a stickle back to the shallows. Then maybe if there's time, go sliding in the slime to the marsh where you find marshmallows. I'd run and slay a dragonfly, watch water bowmen race. To say that cats are dangerous is clearly not the case.
Oh, I'd rather play a game that's sharp and witty. and preferably with something in the kitty. You can play with your food before you nibble. You can jest with your joint before you slice. You can play with your food, but don't dribble. Mama gave the best advice. You can play with your food before you gulp it. You can mess with your meal before you munch. You can play with your food, then pulp it. It's a crazy little game called lunch.
We could go rushing through the rushes, dashing down a ditch, find a kind of place where it's foggy. Then make a little camp that's secretive and for me and my mate the Moggy. And if the other ducklings want to come and join our games, they have to make a promise first to stop calling me names.
Oh, I'd help ya to forget the ways they scolded. Just as soon as I have got my napkin folded. Oh, you want to play hide and seek, do you? Oh, Ducky, where are you? Am I getting warmer? You can play with your food before you eat it. You can shiver your child before you chew. You can play with food, you can't beat it. So ducky, 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 they play with you. You can play with your food before you bite it. You can toy with your tuck before the crunch. You can play with your food, why fight it? It's a crazy little game. Tell me something, Ducky. Do you like oranges?
I don't know, I've never tried one.
Well, suck on this. It's a crazy little game called lunch.
Oh, we're still playing hide and seek? Okay, I'm gonna go hide and you'll count, right? Oh, okay, good. Now, I think it was right past the cow shed or left at the hen house. Oh, wait, there was a pig's trot. I remember the smell. Oh, and there was a water butt, but he wouldn't let me swim in it. Or was it left at the cow shed? Oh dear, I think I'm lost.
Lost? With the cat? Ida, ducklings don't get lost with cats. You know that. We don't know for sure.
Did he really eat him, Mama? That's gross.
Yeah, fancy eating something as ugly as that.
That's enough. I don't want to hear another quack. He will be back here by morning, and when he is home, you are going to be nice to him. Now off to roost. The donkey said he saw the cat walking away with a... Well, who else around here looks like that? I don't believe it. He was is a tough little duck, and I'm certain he could outsmart that mangy old Tom.
Of course he could.
No, he's out there somewhere, probably on his way back to the farm right now. And if he isn't, well, I'll just have to go and find him, won't I?
Poor Ida has our sympathies. She looks so sad and gloomy.
But looking on the brighter side, her nest is now more roomy. We find it rather difficult to say consoling things.
Tonight the ugly darling sleeps beneath an angel's wings. Tonight the ugly duckling sleeps beneath an angel's wings.
Everyone back! We have a show to do here! And 3, 2, 1, action!
So tell me, Ida, it's been a week now since your son went missing. How are you bearing up? Can you manage to cheer for the camera?
What?
Leave this to me, love. Now, which do you think is my best side? Huh? How about this one?
Drake, what is this?
Zoom in for the headshot. Confusion, anguish, matrimonial disquiet. I love it. And close up for the reaction shot.
This, dear, is Maggie Pie from America's Most Feathered. They're doing a feature. This'll get us one up on the Pelicans. Now, here's the picture you wanted. It's a bit torn, I'm afraid. Of course, we're all still in a state of very...
There have been rumors of farmyard bullying. Do you believe your son was abducted, or is it possible he ran away to escape persecutors?
What are you saying?
That's good, defensive yet emotional, just a hint of anger. I'm filling up here.
Why can't you just leave us all alone?
Oh, that's good. Feisty selves.
And what about me? Does no one care what I think?
Sorry, sir, we're coming to the end of a transmission. I'm going to leave the final word with Ida, just in case her son is out there watching. But for now, this is Maggie Pie from America's Most Feathered, saying that if you see anything suspicious, from thieving magpies to lost ducklings to chicks on the switchboard are waiting to take your call. All right, Ida, it's all yours.
And don't start blubbing, for God's sake.
Every time I turn around, I expect you to appear. Everyone may call my name, but it's your voice that I hear. Every moment that you're gone is a moment dark and gray. Every tear a mother cries is a dream that's washed away. Get away! Get away, all of you! Every day will seem to be more empty than the last. Everywhere the sun has shone, a shadow has been cast. Every moment that you're gone is a moment dark and gray. Every tear a mother cries is a dream that's washed away.
before?
You'll manage, Drake. My mind is made up.
But you're wasting your time, love. You know you are. And besides, it's dangerous to go wandering out beyond the churchyard this time of year.
I just won't be satisfied until I know the truth. Try to understand, dear. A mother knows.
Well, here, you'd better take the cell phone. Come on, kids.
Every moment seems an hour. Every hour lasts a day. Every tear a mother cries is a dream that's washed away. Every tear a mother cries is a dream that's washed away.
Left and right and 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 halt! Now where have they got to? Shabby flock? I do wish they would keep up. No discipline. That is the trouble with the goslings of today.
Oh, they're probably tired, dear. We've been marching for an awfully long time.
Poppycock, would you prefer that we fly with a shoot on the marsh? I think not, my sweet. This way.
Excuse me, I was wondering if you could help me.
Keep walking, dear. I front UFO at 4 o'clock.
You see I'm lost.
No excuse for bad navigation. A bird who's off his flight path doesn't deserve its wings. That's what I always say, isn't it, dear?
Always, dear.
But you see, I can't even fly yet. I got lost on foot.
But infantry, eh? Messy business.
Oh, he's only a youngster. Maybe we should direct him. Give him his marching orders.
Oh, yes, we're geese, migrants, you know, birds of passage. Run a tight fleet. Wouldn't do for us to lose our way, would it, what?
Well, dear, there was that one time when we ended up in Wayward Islands.
Oh, windward, dear, windward. And that was a different matter entirely. Weak thermals, strong headwinds, blown off course.
Then how come my sister managed to get to Fort Lauderdale?
Ah, yes, quite.
Where were you off to?
My mother, back on the farm. I think it's in that direction. I saw some ducks flying over there earlier.
Well, if you did, it was probably their last flying mission.
What do you mean?
Well, haven't you heard the ground to air? Bang, bang, pop, pop.
No.
There's a chute on the marsh, dear. It's very dangerous.
What's a chute?
Well, it's a people's sport. One group of men move through the marsh, scaring the ducks into the air, while a second group of men, with the guns, shoot the ducks back out of the air again.
I don't get it.
I don't understand either.
But the cat warned me about people.
The cat?
Well, yes, you see, I went off with this cat.
Ah, his parents probably wanted to get rid of the ugly blighter.
Didn't your mother warn you about the cat?
Well, yes, she did, but...
The enemy. Nasty piece of work. Pull your wishbone soon as look at you.
But the cat said he was my friend.
Oh, no, you don't want friends like that, dear. Your mother was right to warn you.
She was?
Come, dogs. Time for maneuvers. At ease, you two. I'd hoped it wouldn't come to this, but I have no option. Company, present. Company, fall in. I didn't mean literally. Get up. All right, eyes front. Let's have a look at you. You've trodden in something. How many times have I told you to mind your own business? See to it. Now, Barnacles, you have something growing on your crown. Run a comb through it. And Snowy?
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, never mind. All right. At about to embark on a task the likes of which our species has never seen before. You are a fine body of geese, and I know that you will do your very best. And men, if all else fails, wing it.
Good one, sir.
Silence in the ranks. We're off on a wild goose chase. We will be no stranger to danger. The squadron will show no fear. We're off, and no matter where we roam, although the mind boggles, this gaggle and goggles is sure to find your home. Runways clear, prepare for take-off, dear. We must play our part. Honk at him. I fear his cabin lights are rather dim. Shocks away, our air display must start. We're off on a wild goose chase with the simple mission, position the whereabouts of your farm. We're off, and unless we're blown into Kingdom Come, we won't be back until we find your mom.
But dear, we don't know where the farm is. How are we going to plan the route?
Don't worry, I will navigate.
That's what I was afraid of.
We're off on a wild goose chase. It's a thankless task, but we ask who can do it as well as we. We're off to solve this problem's crux. For what could be grander than having Henderson for him always sings us.
Excuse me, sir. Cattails advancing from the rear.
I do believe we've spoken on the subject of your spectacles, Snowy. Get 'em checked. Cattails do not advance. One of the things they are most famous for is being rooted to the spot.
Hello, Ducky. Thought I'd lost you.
Stand back or I'll peck.
Be still, my quaking legs. I'm going to be Goose.
What are you doing here?
What are friends for? I've come to take you home. Your mother is carrying on something fearful.
My mother? You've seen my mother?
Of course. She sent me to fetch you. Special envoy.
Listen here, Cat. I am in command around here, and my squadron has taken personal charge of the duckling's safe return to his mother.
Well, I wouldn't try flying at the moment. Haven't you heard the guns?
We will commence maneuvers as soon as it's safe. It's their party, but we'll fly if we want to.
Good one, sir.
Silence in the ranks.
Maybe I could be of assistance. I'll go down to the chute and I'll tell you when they're packing up for the day.
Very well, but no funny business. I know several ways to skin your type.
It's like taking candy from a baby.
We're off on a wild goose chase.
You may think it's odd that a squad such as ours can perform this role.
We're off and prove that's not the case. Avoiding the ack-ack, we'll search for this quack-quack and then return to base. We are about to face our most perilous mission to date. I need hardly tell you of the risks involved, or of the ultimate price that we may have to pay. As we fly out to glory, I want you to know I am very proud I am of this squad. Keep a stiff upper beak, men, and remember our motto. pâté de foie gras.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dot, and I am your senior flight attendant. On behalf of Captain Greylag, I would like to welcome you this afternoon's flight from Boggy Moss into some far-flung farm. We'll be cruising at an altitude of several feet and flying in a rather attractive V formation. In the unlikely event of emergency landing, we ask that you observe the safety procedures we've been through so many times before. We hope you have a pleasant journey, and thank you for choosing Goose Air, the fluffy skies. We're off to shore, this duckling's not so long. We won't be back until we come.
The coast is clear. They're putting away their guns.
Do you swear?
On one of my lives.
Good. All right, men, final check. And here's the parachute for you.
For me?
You don't think I'm going to leave you here with the duckling, do you? No, puss. You're coming with us.
Oh, cat litter.
They're putting away their guns! You're gonna make it, Captain Greylag! Freedom! No! No! The cat. Oh, the cat. And people with machine guns, I can't catch a break. But the cat, he said they were putting away their guns. He said he was my friend. He lied. Oh, Mama, what should I do?
Hold your head up high.
It's not always so easy to hold your head up high and appear bright and breezy. I thought dreams were made for a reason, but hope seems to fade with each season. And Mama, you seem so far away. It's your voice that I hear.
Every day will seem to be more empty than the last. Everywhere the sun shone, shadow hasn't cast.
And all the
while, every moment that you're gone is a moment dark and gray.
If she's missing me,
Every tear
knowing that you're out there will help me to get by. Until we're reunited, I will hold my head up
Going indoors. I'm going to sweep up the leaves from the front path.
Oh no, it's a people person.
I'll be in later to give you a dish of cream, Queenie, and there will be some corn for you, Lowbutt. If you can lay me an egg for my lunch, that is. Perhaps a brown one with speckles?
Brown I can manage, but I'm fresh out of speckles.
What's that? There's a dirty footprint on the shag.
It's always in a place where it shows. Some people are so thoughtless. Why can't they step in the pattern section like civilized folk?
Never mind where they stepped. My point is that someone has stepped at all in our house.
And look there, whoever it was has burst one of the pillows.
I am not a burst pillow.
Oh my word, it speaks. What are you? Animal, vegetable, or mineral?
Duckable. I mean, I'm a duckling.
Are you sure? Was your mother a duck?
Yes.
Well, she must have been 6 a parrot when she saw you. I don't believe I've ever seen such an ugly duckling.
What are you doing in our house?
I'm sheltering from the cold. I saw the doors open and I didn't think it would hurt to step inside.
Not hurt, not hurt. Well, let me just tell you. The marks you've left on the carpet will drive the old woman to grab the carpet fresh, and we can't bear the smell of that stuff, can we, dear?
Steady, Queenie, don't upset yourself. He's obviously going through the mold. Hormones running amok, irrational behavior, mood swings.
What of it?
I don't think I like your tone, young poultry, my lad, and mind that, you'll be marking the antimacassar next.
What's an antimacassar?
I don't know, but it obviously works. There hasn't been macassar in the house for as long as I can remember.
Oh, Princess, you are a funny cat.
Wait, you're a cat?
Of course. We're both cats.
So, does that mean you're gonna eat me?
Don't be disgusting. The very thought. I've never been into the bird butchering business, confusing with all those feathers. It's like eating a meal and flossing your teeth at the same time.
No, the old woman poaches us fresh fish.
But the old woman, she's a person. Doesn't she hurt you? And you're a chicken. Don't you want to be out in the yard?
You must be crazy, all that scratching and scraping. I live on the couch, thank you very much. Queenie, Princess, and I are domesticated.
It takes all sorts to make a world. On that point we are clear. It takes all sorts to make a world, but we don't want them here. Our taste is good and liberal. Our views are well expressed. It takes all sorts to make a world. It's just that our sort's best. So You should be grateful that we're even bothering to enter into conversation with a riffraff like yourself.
You see, Lowbutt, so named because of an obvious deficiency in the leg department, Lowbutt is normally most particular about whom she chooses to speak to.
And I might tell you that Queenie is downright snobbish when it comes to social intercourse with poultry. I count myself most fortunate that our common interest in needlepoint has rendered us such close friends.
When one explores the great outdoors, one fears what one may see.
When nouveau riche, our perfect niche is here on the settee.
Outside, the world keeps changing. It's a constant state of flux that doesn't suit domestic folk. It's best left for you ducks. Oh, it takes all sorts to make a world. On that point we are clear. It takes all sorts to make a world, but we don't want 'em here. Our taste is good and liberal. Our views are well expressed. It takes all sorts to make a world. It's just that our sorts.
I think my sorts.
Our sorts best.
But what do you do here all day?
Well, we sit and chat.
And sit and chat
And sometimes we'll arch our backs.
as its sparks fly from our fur.
And then we sit and chat, and sometimes I will lay an egg.
And that's it?
What else is there for civilized folk to do? What do you do?
Well, my absolute favorite thing in the world to do is swimming. It's such a refreshing feeling to have the water close over your head as you plunge right down to the bottom.
Oh, Lowbutt knows all about plunging down to the bottom, don't you, dear?
Come on, I'll show you.
Swimming in the autumn. I've never heard of such a crazy notion.
Well, you could use some exercise, dear. Think of your thigh meat. She's got drumsticks like an ostrich.
Well, you haven't exactly been a slave to your step aerobics. It's as much as you can do to keep your flap open.
Gracious, Lowbutt, you're missing our TV program. Chop Chop, she loves watching her antique show.
Where's the remote?
You're sitting on it.
Oh.
6 months on and still no sighting of the duckling, who, if you will remember from the photograph released at the time, has what can be described as a rather unforgettable appearance. Our experts believe he may already have undergone certain changes and have put together a composite of what they believe he may look like today. Warning, some viewers may find this image disturbing.
I'm sure he's still out there somewhere.
Mama.
So if anyone has seen him, please call in.
Yes, once again, viewers, we're appealing to you if you have any information. The number is coming up on your screen.
Is there something you'd like to tell us, dear?
Did you run away from home?
Well, no, see,
There's only one thing to do. I'll call from the kitchen. Come on, Queenie.
Oh no, it's the old woman.
Relax, she wouldn't ring her own doorbell. Come in.
Quack, quack.
Oh no, what are you doing here?
Think I cooked my goose, eh? Is that any way to treat your long-lost father?
Your father? Ugliness certainly runs in the family.
He's not my father, don't listen to him.
He is overcome. Son, come and hug your daddy. Your mother and I have been worried sick.
Get him away from me. Does he even look like a duck?
Now, dear, folks who live in glass houses shouldn't call the kettle black. Or something like that.
He's a cat.
Children will have their fun. I'm sorry if he's caused you any inconvenience, and I'm most grateful that you've kept him all in one piece. Now come along, Ducky, and thank the nice poultry for looking after you.
He's a cat. A sly, treacherous, no-good, double-crossing,
Hungry.
conniving tomcat.
It's no good, the line's busy.
Well, hello.
Mercy.
Another duck? What's the matter? Haven't you got a pond to go to?
Meow.
Shouldn't you be getting back? You said his mother was sick with worry.
Meow, meow.
I told you he was a tomcat.
A tomcat?
Queenie, we have an arrangement. Don't forget. Oh no, there'll be tears before bedtime.
Madam, I'd be honored, though I'm not of your ilk, if we could get together, maybe share a dish of milk.
Sir, I'd be delighted, though it's true you're a scruff. But when one's had things easy, one likes a bit of rough. Princess, you loose cat!
Together on the tiles we will totter. Together we will sit on garden walls. Together we will make Tim seem hotter.
Together, you'll be throwing up verbals.
Together, we will build ourselves a cat flap. Together, after dark we'll file in. Together, we will snuggle for a cat nap.
Together, you could string a violin. Have you forgotten, dear? The clinic has confirmed that they can fit you in. You need to be dewormed, and with your last attack, you almost filled a sack, so maybe you should go. It's only fair to say that you are rather prone to carry parasites. Your fur is not your own, and on the hygiene front, to be both frank and blunt, it's best he doesn't know. Although I don't wish to gripe, I don't think he'd be your type.
Together, we will sing our own cat's chorus. Together, we will choose our favorite keys. Together, we will conquer all before us.
Together, you can rid them of their fleas. You have to help me out, it's looking pretty grim. What will become of me if they should go with him? They've gone all gooey-eyed and I am terrified they'll leave me on the shelf. Well, go then, run! Oh dear, alas, alack, the door was left ajar. The duckling has escaped, he won't have got that far. If you start making tracks, you're bound to hear his quacks and catch him for yourself. Don't let us delay your trip, he'll soon be within your grip. This heartache.
if nothing really happened. Together we will stay. Together we will stay. Together we will stay as me and
As a drake, my mistake was letting her go searching for my son. Yeah, that one. It ain't right. I spent weeks filling beaks, hymning, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. I'm depressed round the nest, day and night.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
What's up, Drake Meister? He's mad.
What sort of a time do you call this?
We sort of lost track of time. The owl didn't give a
Well,
hoot.
your father does.
Mom would have let us stay out.
Mom's not here. You're grounded.
Oh, guano.
And where'd you pick up language like that? I told you not to hang around with that jaybird. He's so blue.
Well, you say it.
That is different. I say it in a mature, adult, and grown-up way.
Still means the same thing. When's Mom coming home?
I don't know, honey. And have you preened your feathers today?
We haven't gotten around to it yet.
What do you mean you haven't gotten around to it yet? What did they teach you kids these days? Do you know what happens to birds that don't preen? They sink.
Is she coming home?
I don't know, honey. And did you eat the pondweed I packed for you?
The pelicans don't have pondweed.
No, the pelicans wouldn't.
Will she find ugly?
I don't know, honey. I don't know. All right, kids, time to roost. Make sure you brush your beaks. And don't use all the water. My bill's big enough. When Ida said she'd go, I had to let her. It's a shame, because this apron suits her better. Where's the joy in motherhood? An endless round of chores that have to be done. Then what do you think you've seen the back of them? You find an actual fact, you're back to square one. There's no joy in motherhood. Or if there is, it's something I just can't see. Yet Ida somehow copes with all of this. And then on top of that, she puts up with me.
Dad! I will search every pond, I will search every stream, every river. And the broadest of bays and the widest of lakes must be crossed. While you are missing from my life, it's me who's feeling lost. Without you, I feel lost. Look at her. It's a shame that she won't face the fact. Look at her. Can't you see the way the odds are stacked?
Well, have you heard anything from Ida yet?
Nah, she's got the cell phone switched off. But the pigeon delivered a note this morning. All it says is, I'm here, Pratt's Bottom, Minnesota. Now, I don't know if that's a place or if she's just being offensive.
Look at her.
Look at her. Nothing shakes her strong belief.
Look at her.
Look at her.
It's so hard to come to terms with grief. And he's about so high with a rather characteristic honk.
Sounds like that squatty. He shot through here a while ago. I say shot through. 'Twas us who were shot through. 'Twas like Sag Harbor.
I think you mean Pearl Harbor, dear.
You may have this map if it helps.
Look at her. She's getting near. Are you sure you're not a cat? I beg your pardon? The last duck who came by here turned out to be a tomcat, one of those nasty transfeatherites. As each season slips away, sadly there's a trend. Common sense would seem to say there's no happy end. No, Drake, listen to me. He was last seen traveling in the direction of the Moorland farm.
That's north of here, isn't it?
Yes.
How very interesting.
You!
Help me! Somebody! Anybody! Please! Please! Do you think you can untangle me?
I'll try. Who are you?
I'm Penny.
If you don't mind me asking, what are you?
I'm a swan, of course. What'd you think I was? Be careful. Mind you don't hurt yourself on that hook. No point in us both getting damaged.
A swan.
Typical me. My first migration, and what happens?
Your first what?
Migration? Cold weather setting in, and we're leaving today for the warm lands.
You're leaving?
You're a funny one, all these questions.
Sorry.
What's your name?
Everybody calls me ugly.
Don't listen to them. It's a stage we all have to go through. Should hear some of the things they called me before the molt. Penny Dreadful, Penny Plain, Penny Dropping.
Pretty Penny. But how could anybody call you names?
Well, like I say, it's just a stage we all have to go through. I don't think that's gonna work.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me, could you lift up your left wing? Thank you.
My mother always warned me to avoid the fishing line people leave behind.
So did mine. She told me that when we were out swimming. There, just one more loop and you're free.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was gonna be left behind, and this is no place to spend the winter alone. Where's your flock?
Well, see, I'm kinda lost. The more and more I search for them, the farther and farther I seem to wander.
That's dreadful. When did you last see them?
In the spring.
In the spring. You've been lost since the spring? You poor thing, you can't stay here for the winter. You'll freeze.
I'll be all right.
Penny!
Come with me. The others won't mind, and the next spring we'll return together, and I'll help you find your family.
Oh, Penny, I couldn't possibly.
Of course you could. Now, come on, or we'll never catch up.
Penny, it really does sound wonderful, but I can't. I have to find my family, and I'm sure they can't be that far away by now. Maybe when you come back in the spring, we could see each other again.
I'd like that. Are you sure you'll be all right?
I'm sure.
Penny, come along.
I don't like to leave you here like this, but I really have to go now. Goodbye, and thank you again. I won't forget you.
Darling, we'll be late.
I've seen butterflies on bluebells drinking in the dew. Cobwebs in the sunlight shining. I've seen them too. I've seen woodland And in the autumn, falling leaves of every shade and hue. I thought I knew what beautiful was, but now I've seen you. I've seen waterfalls cascading, sparkling in the light. Damselflies that dance their dance from morning till night. I've seen rainbows reaching skyward, pass between the clouds that fade from view. I thought I knew what beautiful was, but now I've seen you. And though I've seen the willows weeping branches, the misty morning air, a clear and starry night has nothing to compare with you. I've seen swallows in the summer wheeling overhead. I have seen the silkworm spinning gossamer thread. I have seen the golden sunset over the horizon, painting skies of pink and blue. I thought I knew what beautiful was, but now I've seen you. Now I've seen you. Oh, now I've seen you. Who am I kidding? She'll never love me. I bet she doesn't even come back, and even if she did, why would she want to have anything to do with me?
Ribbit, 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 oh, oh, ribbit. Oh, pardon me, fellas.
Leave me alone.
Didn't mean to make you jump. Not that there's anything wrong with jumping, of course. It sort of runs in the family, or jumps in the family, depending on which
What
way.
do you want?
Want?
Go on, you might as well get it off your chest. Tell me how ugly I am.
Ugly?
There, I hope you're happy now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's do this whole scene over again. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit. Oh, pardon me, fellas. Leave me alone. What do you want? Oh, sorry. Leave me alone. Didn't mean to make you jump. What do you want? Want? Go ahead, tell me how ugly I am. Ugly? I mean, have a word with yourself, fellas. Who am I to call you ugly? Look at me.
I see what you mean.
There, see? If we're talking ugly, they don't come much more aesthetically challenged than me. You know what your trouble is?
No.
You've been preening yourself too much.
What do you mean?
You've got down in the mouth. I'm getting nothing.
I want to be left on my own.
Now that's just downright antisocial. Hang on, fellas. I've got a human in my throat. Oh, well, I know how you feel, fellas. But you mustn't let it depress you. I started out as a blob of jelly, and then it was downhill ever since. But I say to myself, I'm just a handsome prince in frog's clothing, and one day someone's gonna come along, kiss me, and release my inner beauty. But then I say, nah, get real. No one wants to French a frog.
French a frog, yuck.
But look at me now. You know what our trouble is?
No.
Our image isn't in vogue, that's all. It's a question of taste. But you mark my words, fellas. One day ugly will be in. If you just sit tight on your lily pad, each silly fad will pass. Then those who sport this season's look will fall flat on their, ask your mother what it's called. For fashion is a fickle thing, but just you wait and see. The day will come when we're in style, and then I guarantee out there someone's gonna love ya, someone's gonna love ya, warts and all. Out there, just around the corner, in amongst the fauna, someone's gonna fall for you. Though I'm Tyrannosaurus Rexy, some will find me sexy in my way. Though it may take some time to find them, when you do you'll have a ball. 'Cause out there somewhere someone's gonna love ya, warts and all.
Do you really believe that?
Well, of course. If I didn't, I might as well just jack it all in and donate my legs to gastronomic research. I'm telling you, fellas, you got to look on the sunny side of the lily pad. The ugliest of creatures have a few redeeming features, so why not let your better point shine forth?
A mouth that runs from east to west is bound to make you look depressed. It's better if the corners both point north.
Now that's the idea. So don't go into hiding, there's no need for disguise. Even some potatoes have got nice eyes. I'm telling you, feathers, out there, someone's gonna love ya, someone's gonna love ya,
warts and all.
Now you're croaking my language.
Out there in a muddy puddle, someone needs a cuddle, though the chance is small.
It's true, just think, whenever you need boosting, one day you'll be roosting with a mate. Though it may take some time to find them, when you do you'll have a ball. 'Cause out there somewhere someone's gonna love ya, warts and all. Tell them, kids.
Somewhere out there, we don't know where, someone will care. They're gonna love ya, warts and all. Somewhere out there, we can't say when, but someone is gonna fall for you.
Though I'm Tyrannosaurus Rexy, some will find me sexy in my way.
They'll find you sexy.
Though it may take some time to find them, when you do you'll have a ball. 'Cause out there somewhere someone's gonna love ya, someone's gonna love ya. time to find them. When you do, you'll have a ball.
Gonna have a ball.
'Cause out there somewhere someone's gonna love ya.
Out there somewhere someone's gonna love ya.
Out there somewhere someone's gonna love ya. Warts and all, warts and all, warts and all. Well, must be hopping feathers. I'll be seeing you. But you mark my words, one day we'll be the flavor of the month. What am I saying?
Well, goodbye. And remember, if you ever find yourself near the duckyard, do call in. I'd love for you to meet my family.
Well, hope you get there safe. Stay warm, stay cheerful. Rivet, rivet, rivet.
Well, what have we here? A nice plump little duckling. Gotcha, my beauty.
Honk! Honk! Honk!
It's no good you struggling and honking. I got a family to feed, and you'll make a fine Sunday roast.
Honk! Honk!
Now, where's my knife? Whew, it's colder than a penguin's picnic out here tonight. Darn, I must have left it in my car.
Hello, Ducky. I see the macrame class is paid off.
You again. How'd you find me?
A little bird told me.
Well, you're too late. The people are gonna eat me.
Such a waste.
Even if you help me escape, you'd only eat me yourself.
True.
Well, you're not gonna get me. Oh no, the old man's coming.
Listen here, Ducky. I have what you will think is a very tempting proposition, which might satisfy us both in the end.
Well, I don't like oranges if that's part of the plan.
If you come with me, I will take you back to the farm, and I will let you see your mother again, for one last time.
Either way, I get eaten, right?
Well, you can't have it both ways. Quick, make up your mind.
All right, you're on.
And don't try any funny business. At least this way you get to see your mother again.
The sun is cold and watery. The ponds are deeply frozen. Of all the time for traveling, it's not when we have chosen.
Are you sure you know your way back to the farm? It seems we're going around in circles.
Shut up! It's the snow. It makes everything look the same.
The skies are gray and menacing. A blizzard would seem certain, and even good King Wenceslas would not draw back his curtain.
I can't see beyond the edge of my feet.
Keep going. It must be close now.
My baby. No, not like this. Not after all this time. What was it all for? What was the point of your little life? It can't end like this, it can't.
Nor will it, my dear.
But he's dead. My baby's dead. Oh, it's all my fault. He wandered away from the nest last spring. I should have gone after him, but I had his sisters to rear. I couldn't just leave them. And now it's too late.
Cry, cry, my dear. For the warmth of a mother's tears can thaw the stoniest frost.
Oh, if only I could believe that.
You must. For what do we have if we don't have hope?
Just knowing you were out there helped me to get by. And now we're reunited, I can hold my head up high.
It's him, Mother. Sigma I told you about. The one who saved my life. Do you remember me? Oh, come on, say you remember me.
Of course I do. How could I forget you? You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Well, you should take a look at your own reflection. I've seen rainbows reaching skyward, pass between the clouds, then fade from view. I thought I knew what beautiful was, but now I've seen you. And though I've seen the willows weeping branches, the misty morning air, a clear and starry night has nothing to compare with you.
And you knew? You knew all along?
Of course I did. That's why I asked you to come with us. If only your wings had been strong enough.
Well, now you can come with us and learn our ways.
And my mother? She could come too?
Oh, I can't come with you. I'm just a baggy old duck. I can't teach you the ways of the swans.
But you taught me how to swim.
And from what I remember, that nearly finished me off. It's hardly surprising, really. Fancy me teaching a swan to swim.
But I want you to come.
I can't come with you. My place is back on the lake with your father. Bless him. They say birds of a feather should flock together, and your place is with the swans now. And I think I know someone who's rather keen that you should go with them.
But I've only just seen you again. I'm not sure I want to go so soon.
Of course you do. Now go on, before I get all teary and unnecessary. But you remember to come back and visit us in the duckyard. You'll take care of him for me, won't you?
I know this must be very hard for you, my dear, but I promise you, he'll be safe with us.
I'm sure he will. Well, go on then. Let's see you fly. Take a run at it, that's the way. You can do it. was different. He was different from the rest. Of course he can't belong with me. I know, I should have guessed. He wasn't mine to mother. He wasn't mine to rear. Another dream gets washed away. Another dream, another mother's tear.
You really didn't think I'd leave you behind, did you?
Oh, but you must. You must think of yourself now. It's your life to live, and you belong with the swans.
But why? I don't care whose egg I came out of. You're my mother, and you raised me, and that's what matters.
Well...
It takes all sorts to make a world, and you told me yourself that the duck yard would be boring if we all looked the same. So I decided to come back, to be different.
We're both coming back.
To be the first swans on the lake. I was different as a duckling, and I'll be just as different as a swan. I like my honk. I like being me. I like being different.
Oh, you are certainly that. I'm so proud of you. Well, come on then. What are you waiting for? I can't wait to see Drake's reaction. He might just lay an egg. And what'll come out of that, I don't even want to think about.
Wait a minute. I have just a little unfinished business to attend to.
Hello, Swanee? Swanee? Swanee, how I love you. You can play with your duck before you goose it. You can chicken your swan before you grouse. Together, we could fricassee your mother. It's a crazy The weather's turned out nice again. It's a crazy little game called I quit, I give up, I surrender. I've worked too hard. Take me to the Betty Fur Clinic.
Did you ever see a finer bird? Hark at him, 'cause his honking is the best we've heard. We are feeling rather small in this whole shebang. Maybe you'll forgive us all and be whole with an awesome soul. We are dead.
Of course I forgive you. I'm just so happy to see everyone again. And there's someone special I'd like you to meet. This is Penny.
Hello.
Hello, Penny.
Drake.
Welcome home, my dear. I've been thinking. I'm getting very long in the bid, and I feel the time is right for me to relinquish the red band. Wear it with pride, my dear, for you are indeed the finest bird on the lake, as I know I was in my day. And let it be known that from this day forth, the red band shall be known as the signet ring.
Look at him, look at us, sing our difference. Why did we ever think him a dud? I always knew that my family was blessed with royal blood.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes, 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 yes!
What?
I made it through Thanksgiving!
Look at him, on the splendor of the noble swan. Look at him, from a duckling to a paragon. Never drove back on the lake, one minute to one leave. Your examples there you take, just believe, and you say
this is a poster that all the cast and crew signed, and it's for Miss Jacoby. And we'd like to give this to her because without her, the play wouldn't have dancing, and it wouldn't be as good.
This poster is from Mrs. Sullivan, and we would like to thank her because without her, we wouldn't have such great scenery in the background and all these amazing costumes. So.
This one's for Miss Bradshaw.
We would like to thank her for all the vocal help because without her, truthfully, the musical wouldn't have been half as good. All the singing, Miss Bradshaw.
And last, but certainly not least, our favorite director, Mr. Cohen.
There's a turkey with a gobble, watch his waddle start to wobble when the rooster cock-a-doodles the alarm. We've got pullets, we've got chickens, we've got quails, and what the dickens? It's a poultry tale of folk down on the farm. What a gorgeous vision this is. It's Ida, she's my missus. So forgive me if I'm laying on the smarm. She goes in for heated quacking to point out the skills I'm lacking. It's a poultry tale.